Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for waiting for me. And let me tell you, I am locked in. I came on Sunday, I was here. I told you I was going to be on Tuesday, I was here. And I'm so sorry that it's late like this. I wish I could give you guys a solid time on what time I would do these lives. Sundays will be pretty much easy because, well, I can't guarantee because I travel for work. So just know it was gonna be on Sundays and it's gonna be on Tuesdays. Those are my days. Tuesdays, I know it's probably gonna be after 5 o'clock because most of the time I don't get off until 5. But the first step is just dialing in. My name is Champagne, and this is my channel. Let's get into it. So I can't jerk around too late tonight because I got off of work like 20 minutes ago. I came straight to the hotelio so we can do this. But the great thing that I have now, I'm getting into the habit. I'm learning. I'm learning. I was able to look at some videos, put those up for us to talk about. We got a topic. Um, we're gonna get into it. So, you guys, let's talk about fast money, slow consequences. And this relates to life and some of the things that you guys might be doing out here that you should stop. Also, the fact that people tend to want money. Everybody's about chasing the bag, getting to the bag, making the money, making the funds, and I'm here for it. Like I like money. Mm, I like money. I like it a lot. But what a lot of people misunderstand is I'm not willing to do anything for money. I'm willing to do a lot for money. And when I say a lot, I'm willing to work overtime. I'm willing to start a business. I'm willing to provide a service for pay. Those are the things that I'm willing to do. What I'm not willing to do is to screw over other people knowingly to get that money. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I'm also not willing to sell my soul for money. One thing about money is you can always make it. Like it's never going to go out of style. It is never unfashionable to get money or to make money. And you know, it's something that people have a hard time making, doing, and just kind of understanding where money lies in and how to have a good relationship with it. But so many people are so bent on hurrying up to make fast money that they don't even think about the consequences of what it looks like to make fast money. So today we're going to go down something that happened over the holidays, which is the Klarna Glitch. Now, some of you guys are willing to do illegal things to get money. I ain't got that kind of time, bruh, because I don't like jail. I don't know about you guys. I like freedom. I like going to bed whenever I like to go to bed. I like being able to see who I want to see and staying in their rooms for as long as I want. I like being able to do sensual things with people of the opposite gender. Okay. I like that freedom that comes with not going to jail. By you doing these glitches, it's a good chance that you're going to go to jail. I don't want that for you. So let's get into this glitch that everyone has been talking about, which is like interesting. Let's go.
On TikTok, people are flexing stacks of cash, claiming they found a Klarna money glitch.
And like before we just even get even further, I want to say that like, okay, so people will be like, this generation is dumb because you put everything online. My generation, which is the early 2000s, late 90s, more so early 2000s because I graduated in 03. We were the first generation to really have internet. And when I was younger, if we had the capability to put dumb shit online, we probably would have put dumb stuff online. I think any generation of any time. If they had access to the internet, they would do dumb stuff and put it online because people are dumb. Like, no matter what time period you are in, there are dumb people in that time period. Now, dumb might be a little bit harsh. I might be using that word too liberally, but it's dumb because you do not capture yourself doing crime. You guys, don't put yourself on the internet doing crime. For why? That's the easiest way to go to jail. Proof. That's crazy to me. And then if they see that you put it online, like, how do you even argue back? I'm and not saying that you can't. I watch those police videos where they get arrested by the police and the police show them like, hey, there's video of you committing this crime, and people are just like, nah, that's not me. And they're like, nah, that's you. Because remember, you before you committed this crime, you was like, my name is Deontay and I live at this address, and here is my date of birth, and I'm about to go commit this crime because I love committing crimes because it's my thing, and my name is Deontay. Like, people will have that. They will have proof, and people will still be like, nah, that's not me. So let's see more about this Klarna glitch.
to get free iPhones and PS5s. But this isn't a glitch, it's a felony. Scammers allegedly out of Detroit are buying stolen data, including real names and social security numbers, to open fresh Klarna accounts.
And y'all, let me tell you, I've been I have a little block on my credit, and I've been seeing some activity and emails and stuff, and people are like, come and sign this, and you can come and sign this and get access to these funds. And you know someone tried to open this account but it got denied because you can't verify your identity. I've been seeing this. You guys, be careful with your identity. People are stealing your identity and opening up these Klarna accounts. Pay attention. Get you a credit report pulled. You are entitled to a free credit report every single year from the bureaus. So don't, like, get that, because people are out here, as you see, doing scamish type of things. Let's continue.
The scammers then rely on Klarna's soft check system to bypass security, then immediately max out the credit limit. In one viral video,
Look at that. $9,000. 9,400, almost $10,000. That is crazy. And people have no type of conscience, because what's happening is people are opening up these accounts and they're talking about it's a glitch. No, baby, you are committing fraud. You are opening up Klarna accounts using other people's names and other people's. That's wild. That is wild. People will take definitions of things or words that are already established and then recreate it as if it's something new, right? They're calling it a glitch. The cops call this fraud, baby. You're committing fraud, okay? And this person is running up $10,000, and that's crazy. And you know what? I've worked in retail, and I can tell you some of these people don't care. Um, some of these people don't care about other people when you're in retail, because a lot of people just hate working in retail. There's been times where I've stopped frauds and scammers because you can just tell, like, and it's not profiling. I don't profile, but you just look at what they're doing, and if they're ringing up like a lot of money, and then you kind of look at what they're doing. If they're buying 10,000 iPad, if they're buying 10,000 iPads, hey, so you always buy 10,000 iPads? And people who are legally getting and buying this stuff, they have no problem talking about, oh yeah, I'm doing this, yeah, yeah, yeah. But people who want to evade the conversation, who wants to act all cagey, they'll catch an attitude. Fuck you asking me for? Just making conversation. Hold on. Hello, the law? you know, because people will scam, and especially if you see people, that's when you start asking for ID. Hey, let me see your ID real quick. I always did it. After a certain amount of money they spent, let me see the ID. And that way I at least did my part, because you also, you could also people profile the wrong way. You could think just because someone looks African American and maybe they don't dress the way that you think they dress, um, you could offend them by saying, "Hey, let me see your ID," and there could be nothing, no issue. They could just be rich. I worked at the Gap one year, and Jim Jones came into the Gap. And he did. I swear on everything. This is not. I've gotten to meet a lot of famous people in my day, and he came to the Gap, and his one, he had braids in his hair, like the four braids. Jim Jones always wearing braids, but it looked like someone braided his hair, and then took a brush and then just brushed the braids. I never, how are your braids so crisp but so raggedy at the same time? I don't get it. But he came in though, he bought like, I want to say 6 pairs of Gap underwear, and it came to like $90, because Gap underwear is expensive. I don't know about was, they probably still are expensive, but they were pretty expensive. And his first card got declined. And then he had this chick next to him. She had like an earpiece, and he was like, "Hey, such and such, it got declined." She's like, gave him another one. The other one went through. Then he offered the other chick to come to the party. I was like, dang, I guess I wasn't cute enough to be invited to a Jim Jones party. It hurt. It hurt, cut me deep. But I was, you know, it is what it is. You just gotta work with what you gotta work with. But knowing what I'm knowing now, it probably was best that I don't go to those parties as a young kid, because he would have turned me out. It would have been crazy. But let's keep going.
Video, a crew flaunts a $9,000 Best Buy receipt after maxing out their limit, pushing out a flatbed cart full of electronics. These purchases are usually sold for cash, but the bill.
Look at that. That is so trifling to me. I cannot stand a thief. I can't stand somebody who's so lazy that they want to make money off of somebody else's back and then flex like they did the work to get the money. How that just never computed to me. I remember I stopped dating this one dude because I was like, oh, that's a flag. And we were talking. He was like, sometimes some people need to get robbed because they flashed money. Like, I get it that you don't like that they're flashing money, but is their money? What? It sound like you salty because you can't get it. So I can't stand a scammer. Oh my gosh, I will snitch on a scammer in a second. Don't tell me you're a scammer. I never want to talk to you ever again. Hate a scammer.
That goes to the unsuspecting victim, whose credit score is now ruined.
Mhm.
And authorities warn this is federal wire fraud, punishable by up to 20 years in prison. And with Klarna already facing lawsuits over massive credit losses, many are seeing bankruptcy in their future. Share your thoughts and follow what's trending for more trends in digital news.
That is great. And you know what? Klarna had such a good um premise. Okay, you can't make the payments all at once. Okay, you can't, your credit's not good enough for you to have a credit card. Okay, here's Klarna. You could pay things in 4 payments. Cool. I've used Klarna before. Just because I wanted something, I really didn't need it. I didn't really feel like paying it all at once. I used Klarna and I paid it back. So for people to use Klarna and to not pay the money back, that is bananas. Like, you're going to lose these resources, and by everybody playing in the face and messing up these resources, then the complaint will be like, oh, there's nothing to help us. Well, there were things to help you, but you misused it and you abused it, and it sucks because the few tend to ruin it for the many. And because they're not just ruining it by ripping them off by 100. You saw old dude ripped off by almost $10,000. That's crazy. Let's talk more about this Klarna glitch thing.
The Klarna all they doing is they're using the fools to run the credit through the Klarna app. For the ones that don't know what the fools is just basically social, date of birth, and a common name. The reason why I say a common name is because you want somebody who has a common name that match that same social. So that's the way when you go in the store and you just show the ID, you good. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all it is. When you run the social through the apps, you get approved for credit. You get like a credit line. So you can get 4,000 available spending power. Some people getting 5K, 10K. It's so easy. It's just about having a good site that sells a good fools. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I'm not gonna let him talk because not that I don't want him to talk because check him out, TJ the Realist. It's just that he says a lot of bad words, and I do not have the capability to mute those right now. But he's about to call them all kinds of names and tell them they're dumb because they are dumb. They're teaching you how to scam. And that means that you're gonna go to jail, baby. There's just so much. Let me tell you, anything that is easy, that you could just get easy, it ain't worth it. I know it might seem worth it. I know you might look around, see other people, and be like, oh yeah, I want to have money like them. I want to have money like them. Let me tell you, work hard for your money. Do the right thing for your money, because when you do the right thing, you ain't gotta worry about nobody kicking down your door to wake you up in the middle of the night. You don't have to worry about no one harassing your family. You don't have to worry about being on the wrong side of death. I know some people like, well, yeah, such and such, this happened to them. Yes, there are outliers. Yes. But normally, if you're not out here doing fuck shit, you don't have to worry about being in trouble. You don't have to worry about these things coming back to bite you in your butt. Do the right thing. And scamming, that's not doing the right thing. And I don't understand why people. I try to live my life. I treat others how I would like to be treated. And when you scam people and they sit here, they mess up your credit, and they sit here and they take all this money from you. I guess in my mind, why do you not think, you know what? I would hate for that to happen for me. I would hate to have to wake up one day and someone's talk about you owe $10,000. I have no idea where that comes from. Do the right thing. And a lot of you, you'll see these videos and you'll think, oh, I'm not gonna get caught, or I'm gonna do this one thing. Do the right thing. Doing the right thing is hard. I know, but do it. Treat other people how you would like to be treated. No, I know you think, oh, I don't care if no one messes my credit. You do. You will, because you're going to want to be able to buy what you want to buy without there being any issues. So let's watch another one. This is just crazy.
All right, this is us. Going into more. About to show y'all what we leave out this week. Apple on some lame. Only talking about 2 devices. Like, what, bro?
So this is where this video came from. This dude is dumb. If he was my son, oh my gosh. I'm not into corporal abuse or beating people, but I would totally beat him. Hey, you guys, if you just joined, please give me a like, subscribe. We're talking about Klarna glitches and other ways for you to go to jail for free. He videotaped himself and put it on TikTok. What did you think was going to happen, baby? You don't think nobody was going to see that? You thought that no one would say anything? You were helping people, and there are young kids out there who are going to see this, and who saw this and was like, oh, I'm going to go out here and make this happen. But the one thing about these situations is people don't think down the line. You are going to try this and you are going to go to jail. You are going to do something dumb like this and create a record for yourself where you will have a harder time making the money that you so covet. Let me tell you, I get it. Get into the bag. You want to get money. You want to run those pockets. You want to get the ducats, whatever other slang term you want to use. You want to make money. And I'm for it. Like, I like to make money, but do it the right way, you guys. Don't make life harder than what you have to make it. And there's been times where I've talked to people, and there have been people who's like, oh, yeah, this is easy. All you got to do is do this. All you got to do is do this. It is not all you got to do. If someone hits you with a money making opportunity and they follow up with, all you got to do is, it's a scam, baby. It's a scam. I promise you. Money Money can be easy to be made, but fast money, large amounts of money that you don't have to work for, 9 out of 10, it is a scam. That's why people say if it's too good to be true, it probably is. There was this one guy, and he was a handsome guy. I liked him. I liked his conversation. He was cool, really nice fellow. And he wanted me to do something called this. It wasn't a Ponzi scheme, but it was like a loom. It was, they called it like a loom, or I can't think of it. In some cultures, they'll do it where they put all this money in a pot, and then one person gets it, and then they put all this money in a pot, and again, and then the other person gets it, and like it's like a circle of 10 people. And all 10 people may put $100 in there. That's $10,000. One person gets it. They can do whatever they want with it. They add their money. Another person gets it, and so on and so on. So everybody can make a come up. And those are great when you know the people, when you guys have that trust. But just when you have a whole bunch of random people and I don't know y'all, it's a good chance that I have to trust you. Also, some of those things, they're like it's almost like a little multi-level scam of where, okay, yeah, you have us, but then you gotta bring somebody else in and they get money, and then you gotta bring somebody else in and they get money. It's not um what's the word I want to use? It's not something that can go on forever. There is an end in sight. So you got to make sure that when you guys are doing this, that you understand that it's a scam and that you do it with people that are you know. But he tried to get me involved with this, and I was like, "Hey, man, this don't make sense because it's not, you can't sustain it long term. It's going to be cool for a little bit, but you got to keep bringing in people to make more money. It just doesn't seem sustainable to me." And he's like, "Oh no, it's cool, all is cool." And I was like, "I'm gonna pass on this one, right? I'm gonna pass because you seem cool, but this situation don't seem cool. And if I lose $200 doing this, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm not going, and sorry is not going to be enough for me. It's not. It's really not going to be enough for me." And he ended up down the line, he ended up getting back to me like, "Oh yeah," he said the exact same thing I said to him about how it wouldn't be sustainable. And he's like, "Well, I got my money." Boom, exactly, he got his. So I'm sure because he got his, some other people got screwed too. It's not cool when things are easy to get. When it's fast and easy, you need to be leery. Okay, always be leery. Put in the work, put in the patience, put in the time. Not Bernie Madoff, although he is important. He it does Birthaway Hampshire, Berkshire. Sorry, Berkshire Hathaway, Berkshire. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a guy who is great with investments, really good. He's done it for years. He's just now stepping back from being in the lead of Berkshire Hathaway. I can't remember the name of it. But one of the things he talks about is that when you're investing, slow and steady wins the race. And as someone who invests, I see what he's talking about. Put money in there, keep putting money in there, make it slow and steady. That's the way to maintain that wealth. That's the way to grow it. All this quick, fast, easy money, one, you're not going to really appreciate it because you got it so fast. So you feel like, well, if I, what Cardi says, she said, shake your ass, get another bag. Shake a little ass, get a little bag, take it to the store, do a little dance, shake it real fast, get a little more. You know, you when you feel like you can make money so quickly, you don't have a respect for that money. You don't put that money away and let that money work for you. You constantly do schemes to hurry up to get that quick money, and it does affect you. And this scheme actually reminds me of a scheme that happened last year. Everybody thinks this stuff is new. Scamming is not new. It's not new, baby. It just has a new name. Y'all remember this?
A major banks had to warn people not to follow a TikTok trend that takes advantage of a glitch in their systems.
That's wild. These dudes over here passing cards in their mouth. There is nothing wrong with homosexuality. I don't have a problem with it. But I guarantee you they probably don't think that's a little gay. It's a little bit, my boys. It's a little bit.
Chase Bank has told people what they're doing is fraud after the hack went viral. The free money trend claimed that you could withdraw large amounts of money by handing in a fake check before it had time to be verified.
So, and here, this is wild. So, I'm sure whoever created that thought that they were just like, oh my gosh, I just stumbled on something brand new and exciting and cutting edge that no one else has ever done before. Baby, that's called check kiting. That is a old, that is a old hustle. I want to say my paternal grandmother went to jail for check kiting. This is when you went to different places and you wrote a check knowing there's no money in that account. So you write this check and you get like this bottle of water. Write a check for like $5. Write it to them. And back in the day, today we have technology, so we could check pretty quickly, like, oh, you ain't got the money in there. Get out of my face. But back then, you didn't have that. You had to like wait a few days until to verify that money was in the account. That was called check kiting. You couldn't do that. So, what ended up happening was people would go to jail for check kiting for floating a check. And like some people did it not in a malicious intent. Like, there was times where, okay. And when I was doing checks, I'm like, all right, if I pay for this on Friday, I know it's not going to hit my account till Monday. So I got money until Monday to put the money in my account. And that's when, but you don't want to do that because if you mismanage that, then you have overdraft fees because you've just overdrawn your account with this check. Or you have a return check fee, which is called an NSF fee or non-sufficient funds fee. And you don't want any of those things. You don't want none of that. So people used to do that back in the day. So these clowns think this is new. And and again, they're videotaping it. You just go to the police station and say, "Take me to jail." Go to the police station, smack the fire out of a police officer. You will get there quicker, baby. I don't understand why you keep creating new ways to go to prison. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do this, baby. It's unnecessary.
And with all the videos sending Americans into a frenzy, some people hopped on it.
I hate this. These are just lazy people. Bums. You are a lazy bum. You over here driving around, got debit cards in your mouth for a temporary high. Because, once Chase finds out that money is gone, they are going to come for you. Okay. You might think, oh, I'm ripping off the bank today. Banks, they will get their money. Oh my gosh. And then if you do over a certain amount, you have something called grand larceny. If you pull over a certain amount, I want to say it's like $20,000. You will not only go to jail, you got to pay that back plus restitution. And banks are going to get their money back, believe it or not. Please, people, if you have a bank account and you wake up one day and there's money in there that you know is not yours, you shouldn't think to yourself, oh, this is free money. This is for me. Yeah. No, baby, that's the bank's money. You need to get on that line and you need to call somebody stat and say, hey, I got money in my account that doesn't belong to me. And you need to keep calling and keep calling and keep calling until they get that money out your account. Because let me tell you why. That banks, they may not identify quickly that you have extra money, but they have reconciliation processes. What a reconciliation process is, they look at all the money, the funds, their debits, their credits, their accounting, and they're checking to see, they're checking their list, making a list, they're checking it twice to see if you've been naughty or nice. And they're going to see, oh, okay, well, we accidentally put $20,000 in this account. we need to pull that $20,000 back. And it's happened many times. Many times banks, I know it's not fair. It's not fair for a bank to put $1 million in your account. I know you feel like, well, I mean, it's my money now, baby. It is not your money. I know that does not seem fair, but unfortunately, the government allows the banks to make these type of mistakes, and they get behind the bank because they're like, if they made a mistake, it's not yours, send it back. If you ever see that happen and you take that money and you spend that money, that bank is going to come find you. They're going to search for you, and they're going to want you to pay that money back. You're going to need to make those funds available for that bank because that's not your money, okay? It's not your cheese, definitely not your money. It's happened to me before. I worked for Chase Bank, and I used to get a shift differential, and I used to get Spanish differential. And it was like an extra 10, 15%. Boom. And so when I moved positions, I didn't have to do Spanish anymore, and I wasn't working at night. Shift differential or shift diff is like a normal shift is maybe 9 to 5. But if you work maybe the second or third shift, they'll give you a little extra money because you're working, an irregular shift. So when I stopped working, I called the people, was like, hey, guys, I'm getting paid this money for shift diff in my Spanish. I don't do that anymore. Can you guys take it off? And they're like, we'll get to it eventually. I'm like, all right. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, y'all don't care. I was like 24, 25. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, they don't care. So I'm out here spinning it, I will say 2 months later, I got an email, a letter talking about, hey, we've been paying you extra. We're about to start taking $100 out every check. What you mean you about to take 100 out my check? American dollars? No, this is crazy. And there was nothing I could do about it. And what sucked so bad was I told them. I was clear. I wasn't even trying to scam them. But they didn't care. They didn't care. So if don't play around with banks. Do not do it. And banks also will press charges against you. They do not play about their money. They do not care that you thought that it was this. They don't care. They're going to take you to the cleaners, and they're going to get their money. So all these people who were doing this Chase glitch, a lot of them are still being prosecuted until this day because they thought it was free money. But baby, if there's anything you need to learn, nothing in life is free. Nothing, except for drama. That's always available.
But Chase was quick to shut it down and warned that the trend is just straight up illegal. Despite what people may say and what the videos may show, the banker said it is fraud, plain and simple. Chase has since fixed the issue, and those who took part are feeling the consequences with accounts.
Look at that. I told you. Chase will get the banks will get their money, account overdrawn by negative $10,000. And let me tell you, nobody's going to pay that. He's probably, if you had an account like that, you just go let it go to, I forgot what they call it. Check systems. Check systems is kind of as a system that works with multiple banks. And if you mess up an account because you let it go to check systems because it's been overdrawn too long, it makes it harder, if not downright impossible, for you to get another checking account, or a bank account because you're in check systems. And you might be like, oh, we have Cash App, oh, we have Chime. What do I need a bank for? Well, Chime and Cash App, there's protection that a bank offers you, and there's benefits that banks offer you that Chime and Cash App can't offer you. A bank, you could get dividends or interest on your money. You have protection. If somebody comes and spends all your money on your account, the bank will insure it and give you that money back. If you have Cash App and you accidentally sent that money someplace else, you can't get that money back. There's nothing you can do. It's gone. You can't make any interest. Sorry, and it sounds so weird. You can't make any interest on that money. It's gone, So you have to be mindful about doing this type of fraudulent stuff, about doing these scams. It is not cool. Negative $10,000, he's never gonna pay that back. Never gonna pay that back. It's just gone.
very much now in overdraft.
Yo, save y'all account and get your money. Otherwise, man, this is bow.
All right, this is it.
That is crazy. And people will complain about how, oh, I have all this money. Oh, this money is gone. The bank did me dirty. No, no, no. There are consequences to your actions, you guys. Fast money is not good money. It just isn't. Go the slow route, take your time, earn your money the right way. And if you do things the right way, you less likely have to worry about things coming back and biting you on your butt. So this Klarna glitch, I know they were doing it. Don't do these glitches, you guys. These scams, these get rich quick schemes, they're all on the internet. There's people who's trying to make money. I just hate a scammer. Oh my gosh, I hate a scammer. I appreciate countries where if you steal, they cut one of your hands off, because why are you not out getting a job? Why are you not doing what it needs to do to get this money legally? And then with the rise of the internet, there's just so many ways for you to make money. So you guys, that is my video for today. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, leave a notification bell. Tell me what's going on out here in the world so we can talk about it. Please don't forget to like the video. I thank you so much for joining me. I'm about to go to bed because it's 11 and I got to get up in 6 hours to go back to work to make money the right way. So don't fall into those schemes. Do the right things. Be safe, be sound, be loved. Bye, guys. Let all forgetting be forgot.